Hey everybody, how you doing? I thought I'd take a minute while I'm in here to show you this missing insert I was talking about in my last video. There's a brace that goes from here, these three bolt holes, to here, and it indexes through these three holes. And what's supposed to happen is there's a metal plate that slides in here, and then it orbits. I call it orbiting. It moves a little bit. I don't know why it would have to move. I mean, the holes in the plate are pretty generous. You know, these three holes and the holes up here are probably the same. I don't know. It made sense to GM when they built the car, so okay, I'll go along with it. So if I get a mirror in here, this will be kind of tricky. See if you can see it. If you look in the mirror, I'll try to zoom in. If you look in the mirror, can you see the mirror? Where the hell's the mirror? There it is. Okay. If you look behind here, you see this little bracket right there? It's like a spring bracket. And then there's a second one. I gotta find that one. It's up here. I lost the mirror again. Where are you? There it is. If I can get in here, you can see there's another one up here. Show me the camera. Is that nice? It's an iPhone 15 if anybody cares. Oh, where is it? There's the line. Where the hell is... Oh, right there. It's right in front of me. See the little clip right there? That's it. That's the bracket. There's two brackets. One up here, one down there. And what happens is... Zoom out. I made a cardboard template in the appropriate shape. That was a little bit of trial and error to get it right, but it just slides in to these two fingers. They're like spring fingers, and it just sits there, and it orbits. I call it orbiting. It moves, you know, up and down, back and forth, a little bit. You gotta relieve it so it clears the lip on this thing, but it can move. And then these three holes will represent where the bolt holes go. What I'll do is make the piece, stick it in, put the bracket on, bolt it on up there, then I'll draw the holes with the magic marker and I'll drill them. So again, this thing moves quite a bit. It's got probably a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of movement to it. So you can be way off of the holes. As long as the three holes are on center correctly, they'll move around and meet up when they need to meet up. So that's how I'll do it. I took a bolt and I stuck it in between the finger bracket. You can hear it. And the sheet metal. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's one right there. 1/4 inch was way too big. 5/8, 5/16 rather. Fits pretty good. So I'm saying it's a piece of 5/16 steel. I mean, realistically, they drill and tap this thing. It can't be 1/8 inch. You can't really hold threads in 1/8 inch. So it's got to be something substantial. So I figured it was 1/4 inch, 5/16, and it appears to be 5/16. So I brought a piece of 5/16 stock from my house. I will draw this thing out, cut it out. Before I do that, I'll check the other side, see if it's reversible. I hope it is. I don't really feel like making, two distinct inserts for this thing, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So let me get going on that and get that done. All right, I made the first insert plate. They're not quite reversible side to side. They're close. The template wouldn't fit on the other side without cutting it. So I figured I'd make this one first, then modify the template for the other side. So I bolted it in. Now I'm gonna take it back out and I will drill the holes in the plate. I already drew them with a magic marker. I didn't see them, but I'll drill the holes, tap them, get going from there. I don't want to kill too much time on this project because I really want to get going with the power windows. And in all honesty, I'll be working in here, so this thing will be right in my way. I'm going to leave it off, but I felt like doing it, so here we go. Here's the plate. It's in. You can see the holes I marked now with a magic marker. It just clips in this thing. It's 5/16 steel. Boy, that's tough to work with. It's hard to cut. It's super heavy. And I was gonna cut it out on my vertical bandsaw, but the blade took a dump on me after the first cut. I cut out the basic rectangle with my horizontal bandsaw. Ow. And then once it cut it up, the finer cuts on my vertical bandsaw, and the blade was like toothless. So that's basically what I made, just this thing. And you got to cut it to a certain shape to fit. The stock ones are probably stamped out, but I don't have one, and try finding one. So there you go. I'll drill those, tap them, and stick them in, and then I'll make the other side. Okay, both of those inserts are created. I have to drill them and tap them now to 5/16 course, and that'll be that. This passenger side one, I didn't have to tweak it near as much as I thought. It turns out that the little clamps that it slides into were just bent in too far, so it wouldn't go in easy. So once I pried them out with a screwdriver, it fit a lot better. So I just made them both almost identical. And like I said, I'll drill them and tap them. I don't think I'm gonna bother putting them in today, because I don't need them today, and I really want to get on the power window installation. I could take these home and do them tonight or tomorrow at my house, because I don't know if I'll be back here tomorrow or not. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I guess for now I will call it a day right here. Like I said, I'm just gonna drill and tap these, and then just slide back in, and you bolt those brackets on it, the braces on. It's not rocket science, so I just thought you might like to see what they look like and what's involved in crafting them. 5/16 plate, yeah, it is a pain to work with. Woof. These extra holes, by the way, it was just a piece of steel I had. It's right here. It's just, I don't know what the holes are in it for. I mounted something on it, or someone at work mounted something on it at one point. Just a piece of 5/16 by 6-inch plate that I happen to have in my house. I have a steel rack at my house. I have one here too. I don't have a lot of steel, not a lot of flat bar. I have some plate over here, you know, a piece of quarter, and that's a piece of quarter. That looks like 3/16. That might be 5/16 actually, but whatever. I figured this is almost the right width. I mean, it's not quite. This is like 6-inch, and this only has to be about 4.5, 5 maybe tops. But I thought this would be a lot easier to manipulate into the shape I needed, so that's why I brought that from home. So I guess there's a tip for you. Anytime you see a piece of steel you can have for free, take it. You never know when you're gonna need it. So let me wrap this up, and I will start to install the rear quarter panel power window stuff. I'm dying to see how that's gonna go. I've been dreading doing it because windows, I mean, they're not my friend to adjust. They've always traditionally hassled me. I mean, the Firebird, when I replaced all the bushings and rollers and that, I never got the glass as good as I wanted it. I mean, it works functionally well, nice and tight, doesn't rattle, but I never got the lineup like I wanted. So this one I'm afraid of. And plus, there's nothing in there. I mean, I don't know if I showed you this, but it's hollow. There's nothing in here at all. Everything is removed. So I gotta start literally from scratch. There's nothing in here. Grab a light, but where's my light? Yeah, there's nothing in here. You know, echo, echo, echo. There's nothing in here. It's all hollow. So it's a big plate that slides in here somehow. So I'll have to get that in and then figure it out from there. But you know, both sides are hollow. That driver's door is hollow. For whatever reason, this door appears to have glass in it. Actually, no, I take that back. Oh, actually, that door. That's the one that has glass in it. So I don't know if that thing works. It's all wired up. You know what? Let's find out. Let's find out together. It's all wired up. It's in there. Let's see if it works. I bet you. Oh, no, it's not going to work. I know it's not going to work because the harness isn't plugged in. It looks like my friend I bought the car off of put the glass in, all the hardware, but never put in the power window harness. When I did all the wiring into the dash, I just stuffed it all into the door and didn't take the panel off yet, so it's not plugged in. So it's not going to work. Too bad. But hopefully I can plug it in and everything will work perfect. But we'll find out. That's a surprise for another day. So anyway, thanks for bearing with me and watching this project unfold. Onward and upward, right? Hope your projects are going great, and I will talk to you later. That's it. Cut out, deburred, drilled, tapped, countersunk, bolts ready for them, etc., etc., etc. Ready to go.